Okay, so you know that one girl in your life that's like sees all of her girlfriends getting married and then she pressures her boyfriend into giving her a promise ring and not a really an engagement ring? Well, that's something that's happening with General Motors. I'll explain in a second.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world. E4 electric.
Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, we usually don't give a relationship advice here. Mainly talk about electric cars, but also don't forget to click on that subscribe button so you don't miss anything moving forward. Okay, we are going to talk about electric car, and the reason I give you this example is that Rivian, the company that has basically shocked everybody very recently at the LA Auto Show and unveiled their 400 plus mile all electric truck that's going in production at the end of next year. And recently they have been talking to GM about possibly doing a deal where Rivian would provide technology for the GM that desperately needs to do something. They do have the technology with the Bolt, but they haven't been doing much. They discontinued the Volt, the car that I have love dearly. Actually, it's in the shop right now. Unfortunately, they just call me. They don't know what's wrong with it, but we'll see. I still love it. And but the deal kind of fell through because I guess GM wanted to have an exclusive deal, which I totally understand, by the way, because if Rivian is just giving out this technology to all of their competitors, then kind of what's the advantage here? What is a competitive edge here? But what happened is once those talks broke off, Rivian went to Ford and they agreed to have a baby. See, back to relationships, I guess. Well, they actually agreed to provide the powertrain and the battery technology for the future of Ford in developing the all-electric pickup truck. Now, from what I understand, they and Ford invested $500 million. I should mention that, and it looks like a lot of it, if not all of it, is going to be created, and especially the powertrain and batteries at Rivian's factory, which has a great capacity of 300,000 cars, top capacities, but it will definitely hurt the top capacity of Rivian unless they get another factory at some point, which is also possible. So that's what happened. But now, it kind of put GM in a situation where now they have to compete with the future that Ford is now stepping into, and that's a bit of a problem. Now, here's what the reaction is, and it looks like it's kind of like a promise ring that they're giving all of us, the electric car revolution. I'll tell you what it is. Before that, I want to remind you that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out the all-new, all-electric SUV that's coming to the US and Europe, scheduled for 2020, starting at $45,000. Over 50,000 reservations have been made around the world. You should have one as well. If you haven't, it takes absolutely $0 down, about 60 seconds to make it. So go to byton.com or check out the link in the description of this video so you can get your Byton reservation and be like the rest of us, waiting for this awesome car. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening with the GM. And by the way, this picture is the picture of their hydrogen fuel cell concept, which is kind of cool, I have to say. Here's another picture of it. It's kind of like Rivian-like, if you will. It's not on the market yet, and I hope it doesn't. Hydrogen, we shouldn't do that. Anyway, so they basically said in their earnings call today, the CEO basically said that they're gonna do it. Now they didn't say much. Like she said that it's part of our future, which is different from when before. They were kind of playing around with it, but now they're giving us a promise ring. They're saying it is in our future, which means but it does mean that Rivian kind of dragged them into it, and then Ford jump into it and really give a push, and GM now has to do it. And I really don't like that. Like, you have the technology, you obviously developed the technology of providing over 200, almost 250-mile range. Back in the day, that the only company that was able to do that was Tesla, right? And you did nothing with it, and now you're behind. I definitely can say that it's a good news. You know what? Let's do the positive as negative, because I haven't done that in a while. All right, so obviously the positive is that, one, it's a legacy manufacturer that's getting into making electric cars, and of course the fact that it's a pickup truck makes it even better, because the toughest sale of electric cars is to all of this all American boys who love the sound of the engine and the big trucks, and that's a tough sell for the electric cars to those guys. So if GM and other companies can start pushing it towards and say, saying like, listen, these trucks are better. You don't have to use as much gas. You won't have to spend money on it. They take off much faster. The torque is better, and all of that other stuff. Then that would be kind of the last sector, I believe, of people to finally kind of start slowly bringing it to the electric car revolution side. So I like that. But the negative here is that once again, a company that had the resources, looks like had the technology, or at least people developed the technology, decided to just sit on it and do nothing. And now they passed on the Rivian deal, and now they're really behind, and now they have to catch up. And really, they don't have anything going on. Like she made it sound, the CEO of GM made it sound like, oh, it didn't, probably it didn't works, but it's not, it works. Like, I'm sorry, they don't have anything going on. That's why it's so indefinite, and they're almost kind of having to say it because they know they're going to have to move there to compete with GM and Rivian and Tesla. Don't forget Tesla is got the pickup truck going on, and Elon hasn't talked about it in a while, but apparently it's still his favorite project, and everyone's kind of looking forward to it because that's the only other car they haven't unveiled to us. So yeah, I mean, I wish GM would have just stepped up and done something more positive and kind of ahead of everyone. Like Ford. I mean, Ford's been really behind of everyone, and now partnering up with Rivian, it's kind of revived them in the eyes of all of us. The fans of electric community. I mean, let's see what they do with it, but nevertheless, that's a great move. So GM is behind. Let's see what they do about it. By the way, don't forget to get on our an exclusive VIP list. All you have to do is really go to ee4electric.com/VIP, get on there. It's free, but we deliver some exclusive content that you don't see on this channel, and also some really cool discounts for electric car related products. So we'll be sending that out soon as well. And of course, just want to give a quick shout out to Ronald Edwards. Thank you for becoming one of my newer Patreons, the only place where you can watch me live. Thank you to all of my Patreon community for supporting and contributing to my independent YouTube channel. All right, guys, let me know how you feel about this. Would you buy a Ford electric truck, a Rivian electric truck, Tesla electric truck, or you would wait for GM? Let me know why or why not. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.